Hey Denise, how you doing? I've been looking at this for the last few minutes, and I think I want to start with the ad, and I just want to mention some things that I think that you're picking out of the ad that are kind of translating their way into the resume and the cover letter as well. So I think we're kind of losing track here a little bit, and let me describe why. All right, so we take a look at the ad, and the ad is pretty boilerplate. I mean, it's not really anything that isn't, really common to see a lot of this terminology and a lot of these words in this combination in graphic design ads. So, and you've done a good job reading through some of the descriptions, but I think that one of the things I think that you're doing is you're kind of gearing everything to what the job could do for you. I'm looking for a full-time job. Okay. I include my strengths and, well, I'll talk about that in a second. I could mention that I am looking for a job close to home. I have a resume ready. I'm open to paid discussion, or I would love to get paid. In some areas, it just seems like you're just kind of looking at how this is going to benefit you. And that's good. That's the ultimate goal, but you don't want to show that card when you're in the interviewing in a job process. Basically, you want to put the needs of the company before the needs of yourself. And that's just basic psychology. Think about if you were the hiring person, you would want somebody who is Mr. Gung-Ho, going to be Mr. Company Man, as opposed to somebody who comes in and is kind of, alluding to the fact that they might be in it for themselves. Am I making sense? I hope so. So let's take a look at the ad and let's see how that transitions over to, first of all, the cover letter. So the cover letter, I think, is pretty good. Now, is this your final design for your letterhead? I thought you were going to put. I thought the contact information went on the bottom. I'm not. I don't remember. I shouldn't say that. I don't really remember. But if that's your branding, then that's good. But what I would not recommend doing is using blue type in your cover letter. I'd switch to black type. January 18th. Okay, you need a salutation on your cover letter, and in the course description, it describes that you should really do anything it takes, any kind of research you possibly can to find out the name of the person who ran the ad or the name of the person who this cover letter is going to go to. If you can find that name, you're golden. Even if you have to call the company and say, hey, I'm putting a cover letter together, I was just wondering who I should address it to, they'll appreciate it. It's going to go a lot farther when you have a personally addressed letter. Okay. And then, so if we go over here to building the cover letter, I want you to go through these because this is where you kind of fall off track a little bit. And let me tell you where. Okay. So the first thing is to catch the attention. This is fine, but I would definitely recommend that you mention where you saw the ad. Okay, it says that right here. The second and third paragraph lift the current experience. Wait a second. Where is that? Hold on one second. Sorry about that. But anyways, it states where the lead was generated. So you definitely want that in your first paragraph. And then let's jump over here to the second paragraph. I'm interested in this position because I love to be a creative. See, immediately you talk about yourself. You're interested in this position because I love. Think about saying I think I'm a good fit for this position because I offer what the company is looking for. Something like that. You don't want to make it sound about yourself. A little bit about formatting right here. This sentence kind of stops right in the middle and then it kind of just starts again over here. So that's kind of weird. I would reset that paragraph. I'm interested in this position. I love to be creative and turn expressive art pieces. This isn't about expressive art. It's about design. So keep it about design. And I would really recommend just really following this very, very closely. Very closely. And then finally your salutations. And then we have our, resume, and a resume is something I think is really, really has fallen off target here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Over here we have the resume, and we have how you should build the resume, contact information, career statement, professional experience, employment record, computer software skills, and then education. but I can see that you didn't really follow that format. Also, if you have any awards or accomplishments, design clubs or organizations, think about anything else that you can put in a professional experience, any kind of professional experience, freelance or other. But I think that your resume needs to be filled out just a little bit more, talking a little bit more about design itself. Okay, for example, you have February 15th, 2017, you'll receive your associates in graphic design. So that's something that is really, really an inconsistency, because over here you say you have your associates in graphic design, but over here you say you haven't received it yet. So that's something that's a pretty severe inconsistency. The way I would go around that is I would say associate's degree, expected graduation, or expected February 15th, 2017. Okay, you've spelled Pittsburgh wrong, so that's really, really typographic spelling errors are the kiss of death in the job process. So you really, really want to A, run it through spell check, and B, have somebody read it. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but really have somebody read it. Got this big giant space right here in between 2015 and 2017 and receiving calls. So you want to reset that. Then you have this major, it's indented almost about 10 spaces. I'm wondering why that wouldn't be just in the same alignment. Okay, so those are my comments. I think you got the idea. I would like to see you redo the resume and the cover letter. You don't have to do anything with this. This is fine. Just want you to start thinking about this. How does the designer, how does the employer think? What does the employer want you to say? And the employer wants you to make it about the company, not about you. So really, really try to stress that in not only your cover letter, but in your, the general way that you plan on contacting the employer. Okay. If you have any questions, give me a holler, Denise. Thanks for posting early. Sorry I didn't get to this earlier. I had grading and everything else today too. So awesome job. Any questions? Feel free to give me a holler. Thank you.